Welcome back to the New Jersey State League of Municipalities Convention. We are pleased to be joined now by Senate President Steve Sweeney. Sir, thank you so much. I appreciate you doing this. Let's talk about the topic that everybody's talking about, Chris Christie. What is going to happen with him? Any insight?
None at all. You know, I'm like everyone else has been reading the news, and he was going to be the chief of staff, and that didn't happen. And so, you know, we really don't know. And I read today where he said he might stay for the remainder of his term. To me, I'm focused on some other things, Larry, like school funding and pension payments, and you know, whatever happens with the governor happens with the governor.
But his position matters.
It matters a great deal, and that's why I'm trying to work with him right now. But if he leaves, he leaves. You know, what I'm saying is there's not much we can do about it if he leaves.
The credit rating once again dropped for New Jersey, 10th time in the last 8 years, and they blame specifically the underfunding of the pension fund.
Yeah.
You have come forward and said we have to guarantee these payments, quarterly payments. Yeah. If you want to do that, why didn't you back the constitutional amendment?
Because it would have failed. Larry, you saw the ballot questions in New Jersey this year. The casino gaming question went down as the largest margin of defeat ever. The mandating the gas tax barely passed, and you were going to ask taxpayers in a very bad mood to guarantee billions of dollars of pension payments. I've been the prime sponsor of that move since I've been in the legislature. In fact, I passed it in the Senate with Tom Kean in 2011. But if the courts tell you you don't have to pay it, and then the voters tell you you don't have to pay it, then no one's going to pay it. And I didn't want to take that risk. And you know, Larry, I knew I was right when I backed off. I've taken a lot of heat for it. But most people will admit they know it would have failed.
You got a lot of credit, too. I've talked to a number of people that said you did the right thing for the state, even though it hurt you politically. Did it hurt you in the gubernatorial race?
It didn't help. I can tell you it didn't help at all because, you know, when you run for governor, a lot of people get to tell people what they want to hear. As the Senate president, you're holding a job where you don't get to do that. You have to tell people no, or you have to tell people what is right in your opinion or wrong. And I've taken a lot of hard stands since I've been the Senate president, and I don't regret any of them. I'm in a job, and I have a responsibility to do the right thing for all the people of this state. And if we had pushed forward with that question and it would have failed, then it would have given any governor in the future an excuse not to pay it. Now, the good news is, I think I can get Governor Christie to sign this time around. And everyone that's been running for governor says they're for quarterly payments. So let's set it up, let's get it done, and let's make sure we make those payments. Once we ramp up our payments, we'll be making $200 million a year more in interest because we don't wait till right now we wait till the very end of the year. And I was a county government official for 14 years, and what I didn't know is the state of New Jersey made every county and every local government pay their whole pension bill for the year April 30th for the entire year that they were in. So for 8 months without collecting the money, you had to pay it in full. So why are we different? Why are we different? You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about school funding for a moment. You want to set up a commission. Assembly Speaker Prieto says, I like the same commission, but we want the chance to change it if we don't like everything that the commission says.
And that's what screwed it up in the first place. You know, when John Corsline presented the school funding formula to us back in 2006, it worked. It passed all constitutional muster. It was a national model. It was recognized nationally. And it came to the legislature, and the legislature made changes. We did an enrollment cap and a hold harmless provision because we didn't want anybody to get hurt. Again, we want to make everyone happy. Well, guess what? By adding provisions to that formula, it screwed things up so bad now that the funding formula is so out of whack that we can't go back and do the same thing over again. What my bill says, and my bill passed the Senate with 18 Democrats, 11 Republicans. The Republicans who were sponsoring Chris Christie's plan voted for my bill because they were willing to give up their ability to amend something to fix it. That's what happened last time, and this is where I think the Speaker is way off, that you're going to go right back, we can develop the best formula in the world, and you're going to go back and the legislature is going to say, wait a minute, I'm losing money, I can't afford to lose any money here, you got to give me money here, money we don't have.
I don't see middle ground on this. And he says this is a non-starter. He's not even going to bring it up.
Well, then, listen. It's a non-starter for him, but it's not necessarily a non-starter for others. And I'm not going to give up pushing it because one reason. We've come out with a bill that's bipartisan in a big way. And if senators are willing to give up that right to amend, we're no different than assembly people. We're no different. What he's trying to do is protect the status quo, and the status quo has so many school districts out of whack funding-wise right now. Under the plan I have, 85% of all districts in the state of New Jersey get more money. 15% lose money, but guess what? They lose money to 100%. Every district will wind up at 100%, so how's that a bad outcome? Unfortunately, the Speaker's trying to go down the same path that created the problem in the first place. It's a recognition what we have that what we didn't work, call it what it is, and fix it.
Right, sir. With that,
thanks,
we'll let you go. Thank you so much. I appreciate you stopping to talk to us.
Thank you.
We'll be back in just a minute.